Hello, welcome to How to Play Bahama Taxi, 3-player setup and quick guide. Now with this game, you're going to need a Bahama Taxi, 3 pawns, a deck of cards, and something to write with. Now you're going to take your deck of cards, shuffle it, and then every player is going to either draw from the top of the deck or cut the deck however they want to do it to establish their starting position. So each player takes his turn and draws a card. In this case, we drew off the top for a very specific reason, and that was to show you what happens in the event of a tie. Normally, the highest ranked card would go first, but let's say this happens to you. You have 3 cards of equal value. How do you decide who goes first? Simply, you follow the suits. The first player will be, of course, the ace, or the king of spades, followed by the heart, followed by a club, followed by a diamond. Now, whoever the first player is, from that point, every turn order will go clockwise. So to his left will be the next player. So in this case, we go ahead and show you who got what card, and basically it'll be black, and then going all the way to the white pawn will be second. Now in a 3-player game, you draw a 4th card known as a burn card. Everybody gets to see it. It's not going to be used in the game. All these cards will not be used in the game. They're going to go into our discard pile. So everybody knows a passenger won't be picked up or dropped off at a king. So everything face up in the discard pile. Now we're going to generate 8 passengers. Now a passenger is 2 cards vertically stacked. The card closest to the board is where a passenger is standing. The card furthest away is where they want to go. Now that we've established that, let's go ahead and take a look at the board. Now the board has roads between each point. They're blue lines, and you could travel on those blue lines. The green line is a border dividing the suits. It's mostly irrelevant. Now, black's going to go ahead and move first. He moves to the queen of diamond. White's going to move. He moves to the ace of clubs, and he will pick up that passenger, set it right in front of him. That passenger is now in his cab. Everybody's allowed to see it. It's open information. And then we're going to generate a new passenger, and it'll be yellow's turn. So, like I said, we have roads. We have a border. Now, if 2 circles touch, you can also travel between those spaces. Now, let's zoom into the downtown area where the aces reside, and you'll notice that no road connects the same colored aces. In that case, an ace of clubs to an ace of diamonds is 1 move, but an ace of clubs to an ace of spades will require 2 moves, and you have to move through a red ace to get there. You can't jump across. You can't go across either building or lake or whatever you want to think of it as. And like the real world, cars don't fly. They have to go around. There's an obstacle in front of you. You have to go around it. So you can block in this game. Now your cab is going to have 3 passenger seats and the driver's seat. The passengers cannot drive your cab for you. They won't return it. You'll be stranded. So the first deadline is the draw deck runs out. Now, instead of 3 passengers, you're only allowed 2. Now, if you had 3 passengers when that happened, you're grandfathered in. Same with the second deadline. When there's only 4 passengers remaining, you're only allowed to have 2. Now, the first deadline takes forever, the second deadline comes really quick, and the third deadline comes even faster. This is the game end. When the last passenger gets picked up, the game ends. So if you have a passenger in your cab and this happens, it's game over. That passenger will not score you any points. So how do passengers score points? Well, once you get to the place that the passenger wants to go, you drop them off. Now, the example here, this 5 club to jack spade, it's going to take 6 moves. It's the fewest moves between those 2 points. That's what the passenger is going to pay you. You could go any route you want. You could take all day to drop them off. You could take 30 moves to drop them off. You're only getting paid for 6 of them. And that's a constant value. It's a value that goes either way. So you can do this from jack of spade to 5 of club or 5 of club to jack of spades. 6 is the number. And so as players score passengers, you're going to want to write it down on your piece of paper and list how many points they got. And then at the end of the game, once that last passenger is picked up, go ahead and do the math. Stranded passengers don't score, and the highest score is going to win. So hopefully you enjoy this game and like it enough to maybe print your own board out. If you liked it or had any questions, let me know in the comments if you played this game. And I'll see you next video.